In a disaster of unprecedented scale, the collapse of a major dam has unleashed catastrophic flooding across Hubei and Hunan provinces in central China, submerging cities, crippling infrastructure, and forcing the evacuation of tens of thousands of residents. Torrential floodwaters, surging through river systems already swollen by weeks of heavy rainfall, have transformed both urban centers and rural landscapes into sprawling, chaotic flood zones. The collapse occurred amid sustained rainfall that had pushed water levels to critical highs. When the dam, serving as a key flood control mechanism for the region, buckled under the pressure, it triggered an unstoppable surge of water that swept across multiple counties and cities. Entire towns downstream were inundated within hours. Streets turned into fast-moving rivers. Homes were torn from their foundations, and agricultural fields vanished beneath muddy, debris-laden torrents. In Hubei province, known as a major transport and industrial hub, the damage has been staggering. In Wuhan, the provincial capital, key metro stations were flooded, highways were submerged, and entire neighborhoods were left inaccessible. Emergency services struggled to navigate waist-deep water in the urban sprawl. Power outages affected multiple districts as substations were either submerged or taken offline as a precaution. Water treatment facilities also sustained damage, leading to shortages in clean drinking water across several urban and rural districts. Transportation has come to a near standstill. Major train lines that serve the Beijing-Guangzhou Railway were temporarily halted due to flooded tracks. Bridges spanning the Han River and its tributaries were either severely weakened or completely washed away. Ports along the Yangtze were forced to shut down operations. In many areas, roads have crumbled or eroded into the surrounding floodwaters, leaving entire communities isolated and unreachable, except by air or boat. Meanwhile, Hunan province, home to expansive agricultural zones and densely populated cities, is grappling with a disaster of equal magnitude. The floodwaters swept into cities such as Changsha and Yueyang, where entire blocks of residential and commercial areas were submerged under meters of water. In low-lying villages, homes built near riverbanks were completely overtaken. Emergency workers and volunteers struggled to reinforce temporary flood barriers as levees strained to hold back the rushing deluge. The damage to farmland in Hunan has sparked deep concerns about food security in the region. Thousands of hectares of rice paddies, vegetable fields, and fish farms now lie underwater. With the flood destroying both crops and irrigation systems, agricultural losses are projected to be severe, with long-term effects on local economies and national food supply chains. Dams and reservoirs across both provinces have been placed under intense scrutiny as authorities race to assess the structural integrity of other hydraulic projects. Dozens of smaller dams are reportedly under strain, with emergency releases being conducted to reduce pressure. In some counties, flood sirens now echo daily as residents are warned of rising levels in nearby water systems. Makeshift embankments have been erected along key riverways using sandbags and reinforced barriers. But the volume of water has made containment efforts extremely challenging. Factories and industrial parks situated near rivers in both provinces were also hit hard. Chemical plants, logistics centers, and textile manufacturers have reported major losses after their facilities were overrun by floodwaters. In certain industrial zones, containment systems failed, leading to concerns about possible chemical runoff contaminating local waterways. Environmental teams have been dispatched to monitor water quality and prevent further ecological degradation. In the aftermath of the initial deluge, massive emergency mobilizations have been launched. The National Disaster Response Team, backed by military engineering units, has deployed hundreds of boats, helicopters, and rescue vehicles across the worst-hit zones. Temporary shelters have been established in schools, sports halls, and community centers for those displaced by the flood, with food and medical supplies flown in to sustain them amid the chaos. As water levels begin to recede in some areas, the full scope of the damage is slowly coming into view, revealing buckled buildings, overturned vehicles, shattered infrastructure, and once thriving communities reduced to waterlogged ruins. The human and economic toll remains difficult to quantify, but what is already clear is that this flood marks one of the most severe regional disasters in recent Chinese history. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. Note, some footage in this video may be used for illustration and may not show the exact event described. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe,